how to import a car from Canada, the do's and don'ts, because it was I don't really recommend going through this process again. It was torture. So, Canada. First of all, if you're willing to put up with all the bullshit and have all the stress and probably 2 months of your time, feel free to do this. But what it was due, a lot of phone calls, a lot of research online happened. So what I did was explain in another video. Research the car. What I did was I went online. I saw a video of these guys talking. I'll put either a link below or a video over here. Anyway, so these guys, they're from Washington State, I believe, and they explain how to import a car from Canada and yada yada yada. I was like, oh, this sounds like an easy process and all like that. So what I was doing was, first stuff I did, when I was upstate New York, I looked for the car, talked to some owners, and they said make sure to look for the EPA and DOT thing. So alright, I did that, and they said look for a letter. Alright, that. So first thing you should do, and not do, is make sure you can get a letter from the manufacturer. So that would be 100 times, the process will be 100 times easier to get a letter from the manufacturer. You could call them, mine is a Fiat Chrysler group thing, so it's FCA, and the problem was they did not give me a letter because I was not Canadian. So that was the problem. I'll get to that story later. But the thing was, I did not know that. So I looked for the DOT and the EPA. The EPA matched. It was good. So I was like, this is no problem. This will be fine. So I was like, all right, good. Talked to the owner. Said I was coming. So I flew to Montreal.
Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream.
Luckily, thank God, I had friends there that lived there, so I crashed with them. If not, I'll screw me over another $500 of Airbnb or something like that. But did that. Actually, 2 seconds. So did that. Flew to Canada, not knowing that. All right, no, actually, I called the DMV and the SAC. It's called the SAC, SAAC of it's like the DMV over there in Canada, to see the paperwork and if I'm allowed to and yada yada. And so apparently I could with my license, my passport, the bill of sale, and whatever that comes with the car. So I just give it to them. Sorry, that happened. Flew to Canada, looked at the car. Get this. So what I did was talk to the owner and check the car out. I made sure I test drove it and checked everything out. There's some couple of things there and there, but I was like, it. I'll take it. I'm there already. Because I really wanted the car. I needed the car. I fell in love with this car, honestly. The leather, it was beautiful interior. Leather interior, bucket seats, manual, had 108,000 kilometers. So what Canada does, they like Americans do, they do 100,000 miles, they try to change their car. Canadians do 100,000 kilometers, they try to change their car. So that was a win-win for me. So it's 100 now, mine is like 109,000 kilometers. It's gotta convert over to 68,000 miles, so win over there. So alright, went to Canada, got everything, all the paperwork done. Saw the car, loved it, tested it. If you're trying to look to buy a new car, how to know if it's good or not, Chris Fix, there's a YouTube, I'll link him in the description below, on how the process of doing that. But make sure that, also before that, make sure the VIN is good, nothing, it wasn't an accident. So check that. There's some websites online. I will try to link if I find it again, but if not, I'm sorry, you should look for it. So you have to check the VIN, everything's in order, so God, that was good. Alright, how to change the currency, because I'm not gonna be carrying all the money to buy the card in cash. That's crazy. That could be, what the hell is wrong with you in the airport? So I did some research. There was some currency exchange online that you send it from your bank account to the exchange thing website. Then the exchange thing does the conversion and sends it to whoever's gonna get the money in Canadian dollars. So that was good. I received that. Oh, that's nice portion. I received that. It came to the guy's bank account in a day or two. I don't remember, but it was all good. The guy was friendly. After that, because the car wasn't registered actually in Montreal, it was in Newfoundland. So the owners didn't want to pay taxes for the vignette. I was like, because in Montreal, so it's like the United States, every state has their own law. So they didn't do an inspection, no nothing. So all right, we get that cleared. Went to the SAC, SAAC, so it's the DMV motor vehicle thing. On my way to
continue straight.
On my way to the SAAQ so I could register the car. Alright, I'm at the SAAQ, the SAC, as they say. And small problem like usual. The owner that sold me the car forgot the registration. The guy's on his way. We'll see how that goes and plays out. But yeah, that's one problem. Make sure you're friends with the owner. And I'm still waiting for the owner. Anytime soon, he'll arrive. Canada. So I had to pay the sales tax. There's no going around that. It's called, I forgot what it's called. I had to pay whatever they think the car's worth in their system. So you can't, because the guy even gave me and told me that I could write you whatever price you want, but you're still gonna look for the price whatever that matches their system. So I had to pay that. Alright, so I have to pay taxes, and that's like 10% of your car. And so I don't have to register it to drive here. They give, because I'm importing it. They say I could have a 4-day pass that I'm able to drive here. It's told me to import it, so I might do that instead. But yeah. What I did was, because I didn't have, it was like 400 Canadian dollars, so I didn't have that on me. What I did was I went to a bank account and got the money, and they just took a small $30 fee or something like that, but it was alright. I had nothing else to do. You could just withdraw money and the $3 fee with BMO, so I had to take out $600 Canadian dollars. Worked well, $3, so pretty good actually. So I did that, paid it, got my title, my Canadian title, and then got a export registration. It was like a 4 to 5 day registration that's gonna last for me to export the car. Got all my paperwork, 4-day registration, temporarily because I'm importing it. So you have no way to run away from the sale tax, because they find the information of the car, and then they see how much it's worth to them, and they tax you 10%. So that's what happened. So alright, everything seemed good, all well, excited with the car. Came the import part, and the import part was the hard part. So I was stuck. I was like, alright, what now? Because when I called the FCA, the Chrysler, they were like, oh, sorry, we can't issue it, and we can't do this and this and that. So I was like, shit. So I'm stuck. So I'm stuck with something I really didn't expect to happen. So you get the FCA or whatever letter, you can get the letter and stuff. They'll make life easier. Make sure that title the car in Canada. That'll be another easy process. And another thing that I did, I went to Fiat in Canada, and I got the VIN in my name, because it was in some other dude's name, not even the previous owner's name. It was in some other dude's name. So it'll be easier, another easier process to get that done when it's in your name. So yeah, you could do that. Just make sure to go to like the dealership, whatever car you got, and provide all the paperwork that's your car, the title and stuff like that, bill of sale and everything. So all right. Then I don't know what I was doing. Emails. I saw a lot of emails. Oh, insurance. I didn't know this, but I called my American insurance and I got a policy number from United States. I didn't know that. I tried to do it in Canada because I didn't know this. In Canada, I told them my situation. They're charging me buttloads of money. I was like, no, I'm not doing this. So I was not driving the car for a day because I didn't have anything for a day. No insurance for days. I was kind of sketchy, but I got it done. Called. I did an insurance policy here in the United States. Got that insured. We're all good. A lot of talking to brokers and stuff like that. How do I fix my situation? What I did was, I don't know, I sent a couple of emails. Apparently, I think FCA, because I called them like millions of times, they deny me all the time. They sent me, I think, an email saying with registered importers. So this I did not know. So I was like, what is a registered importer? I called up. They were so a registered importer, I got through a registered importer in New York. So what they do is bring the cars in, modify them to, it could comply with the DOT and the EPA, whatever, yada, yada, yada. So my car, I gave them I called them, I gave them the description of my car. And they're like, oh yeah, this is easy, nothing on it, this complies, we could do this simple. So yeah, so they sent me over some paperwork. It was a $500 fee. One I got. Oh, gotta catch the red light. Good. So got that cleared up. Sorry. Got that cleared. Brought it over. No problem. So what? Got documentation of the car. We're all good to go. We're going to the border right now. So yeah. What happened was this car had to stay in importer's lot for a month because that's what Chrysler that's what Chrysler wanted, or that was the law, or I don't know the deal behind it. So I need to get a bond release, and after that, after the bond release, I could drive the car out and everything. So in the meantime, this is another number 2 problems. So you could check if your state wouldn't bullshit you and getting the car titled and registered. What I did was, I got from New Jersey. New Jersey was a pain in the ass. They said no, because it does not comply to DOT, so it needs a 2B box checked. So the registered importer will give you a box that whatever complies, whatever not. If it doesn't comply, there's a box check that they'll modify and everything. That's a 3B box, what they check. And New Jersey wanted a 2B, that it complies in general, because the car it's not DOT standard thing in the United States. I got it done through the importer, so it can comply. After that, open the window a little because I'm hot. It's really hot. Got that done. Came the hard part now was to actually get the car registered, and titled. So faced a couple of I love the pops the car does. Oh, shoot. New Jersey, I tried 5 times in New Jersey DMVs. They all denied me. So I was like, screw it, last day. Luckily I have people in New York. I was able to register my car in New York. New York gave me a hard time. Come on, let's go. Shit, people. So I got my car registered and titled in New York. Easy, simple, and got my plates, everything. We're still waiting for the title. Oops, sorry. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's my process, how I got my car through. It was not easy. It was my whole summer just lost. And make sure you're probably gonna need another $1,500 or $1,000 extra after importing. So paying for the registration fees, title fees, import fees, and bullshit other fees. Habibi! When you're going through, so after I got all my paperwork through the importer, and it was time for me to drive my car across the United States, from Canada to the United States, I got my title and everything, the paperwork from the importer. I got my policy from the United States, so the car was insured. I got, what else did I have? So the thing was, because this car was made in Mexico, I was able to not pay. There was a tax fee because it was built outside America, because there was NAFTA thing negotiation with Mexico, Canada, and the United States. There's no taxes. If it was paid, I had to pay tax, but I was able to not pay that. So yeah, that's pretty much the process on what you need to know. Let me know if there's anyone else, if they need a question answered. Let me know, because I'm happy to answer that. But yeah, thank you so much. Sorry if I took so long to talk.